Yeah. Just everyone write your score into the chat. We'll get a stream average.
If we had moderators, we could do that.
Twitch is live.
Okay.
Hi Twitch. Post your Kinsey scores now. I'm not watching Twitch, so it doesn't work.
Well, what I'm hoping is that the integrated live chat on this would work properly.
Oh, it looks like we're on YouTube as well now.
Oh, YouTube went live, did it?
YouTube went live.
No.
Quick, James, post your Kinsey score.
Okay. So
James's score is 11.
Volume down.
Okay, so yeah, let's see if everything's working.
Okay.
No sneaky streaming.
Well, we're already streaming on both. So, what do we do? What do we do, Mr. Producer?
Hey, this is pre-show.
We can just start the show early.
I need to post the social media links.
To the social medias.
Yeah, social media. As opposed, I'm actually using Joycaster this time.
Oh, okay, that's joyful.
I wanted to make sure that this
For streaming, people can hear you.
People can hear Mr. Producer's voice. This
yes, I
is.
don't care. It's not 8 o'clock yet.
But.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of butts tonight.
Yep.
But. So everyone, so much echo. Hey, let's listen to this, James. Echo, 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 echo. Okay. Well, let's bring both closer.
Hello.
I'll turn everything down a little bit.
I'm not being rude. I'm posting on social media.
Yeah, we're doing our work. James, maybe James is just listening with echo headphones or something.
The echo chamber.
I can't hear any echo, but I can turn up echo. Do 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 do. Echo chamber.
No.
Is that, yeah? Lots of echo. All good. Good. I'll turn down that. So if we get close, we can probably turn both down a nudge. Turn up there. Now we're a little bit busy. How about you say some wonderful erotic words to me?
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Ah, that takes me back. Takes me back, James. Da 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 da. Okay, we've got a lot of pre-show going on today, guys. So, hi. Let's. Oh,
So tell us about that scale. No.
the Kinsey scale again. People are sick of me talking about the Kinsey scale, frankly. Paul, can you shut up and talk about something else for once? But human sexuality. Oh. Apparently we were very close to getting you singing there, Renee. I don't actually believe it. I don't think
What?
you'll ever sing.
What?
I don't think you're capable of singing. Can you rap?
Nope. That's not rapping. That's like beatboxing.
Yeah, you got to come in now.
Nah. Not happening.
Oh.
Okay. I posted all the things. So if you're listening, share the links and things.
Yes, shout the links out.
Shine, Jesus, shine.
Joy.
Fill this land with the Father's glory. Praise Spirit. That's right. We're songs of joy
Is
on
my hair on point?
FMVGames. It's quite purple.
Excellent.
I believe that was the intention. Does anyone else have any Sunday school songs I can sing?
Shouldn't it be Christmas songs?
No. God said to Noah, there's going to be a floody, floody rain. Came down, it started to get muddy, muddy. Get those animals up on the arky, arky.
Is that a Christmas song?
No, it's not a Christmas song. It's a terrible Sunday school
If it wasn't
song.
for the laptop right there, you'd be wearing this.
Oh.
Good songs. And if the devil doesn't like it, he can sit on attack. Ouch!
Ah, I've heard that one somewhere. In a movie.
All of these got used in The Simpsons at one point.
Ah, yay. Good old Simpsons.
But also all songs that got sung at one point in my Sunday school.
Ah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I want a Simpsons tattoo.
AJ's asking, where are the gifts?
Gifts. Oh,
No gifts this week.
I'm busy.
What would
I
your-
posted a bacon gif.
What would your Simpson tattoo be?
You know the Nightmare series? There's like Bart as like this bird, this raven.
raven.
Yeah, I want that.
Both the Raven. Eat my shorts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
That's a good one.
Or
That was it James Earl Jones was narrating that? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him perform Little Miss Daisy. And he was delightful. You think he'd be
Yeah.
slow at this age, but he's light on his feet, he dances
Yeah.
around, and he giggles.
Oh, really?
What a
Maybe
charming
it's
gentleman.
Key to growing old.
Yeah. He's the
Light
best
on your
Darth
feet,
Vader.
giggling.
Much better than Hayden Christensen.
Any gift requests for the Twitter? I could just do something ridiculous. It's a lot of Sailor Moon. What about
Sailor
Simpsons? Simpsons.
So what was that?
AJ says, suppose bacon gifting is acceptable.
No, there's no good bacon gifts. I was disappointed.
That's not this episode, that's last episode. Who told me to leave last week's episode up?
Good thing. Suppose I should adjust that. That's just one thing I want to fix. Check up.
3 minutes till show.
I know.
I'm going to sashay away. That's right. I've been watching
Shantae, you
RuPaul's
stay.
Drag Race.
If you don't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
Now don't fuck it up.
Wait, don't leave me. I can't do pre-show by myself.
You will be next week.
No. Oh yeah. If anyone, what should I do next week? Someone tell me.
A show.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here and find a GIF. I don't like pre-show. It's weird.
And Sir Fancy Man says, "It's a me. Hello."
Hello.
I don't know who Sir Fancy Man is. But
Is that on Twitch?
Yes, that is on Twitch.
Hello, Twitch. Hi. Hello. We are starting in a few minutes.
Yes. Oh, should we?
Oh.
Get lower. I'm too fat.
And we have it on camera.
And streamed
Me being
around
too
the world.
fat. I'm always too fat on camera. It's the only place I know how to be too fat. That's not true. I can do it anywhere.
I found the best GIF.
How good is it?
It's pretty great.
Hope it involves puppies.
It does not.
Boo. Mmm. James just started playing Far Cry 4.
It's pretty great. I'm sad he's not here that we can like talk about it.
I liked, my wife saw his post on Facebook and she goes, James is playing something called like Factory? So,
Came for Primal, although I'm just wondering if it's one of those games that'll get boring soon.
Well, isn't that the risk of the entire franchise?
Yes.
Here is a big open space, repeat the same actions over and over again.
But this time, there's primal things.
Yeah, they seem to be getting good at it. So,
Yeah.
but then I do skip every other Far Cry game, so... Actually, I haven't done 3 or 4 yet. No, I played 3. Oh, I guess I've played most of them.
Three's
haven't played
good. I haven't done 2 or 1. Should we start now?
2 is almost an amazing game. And then
Oh
they...
no!
What?
Sir Fancy Man, it is 2 a.m. where they live, so they can't stay for the stream. It'll be up on YouTube later.
And
Yeah.
it will be on the Twitch for on demand for the next 2 weeks.
Something about 2 weeks on Twitch. I don't understand Twitch. It's probably like Twitter for the children.
It's hip. We're with it.
People use Instagram instead of email these days. That makes no
Yeah.
sense. How do I send
Someone
what-
says Paul smells.
That's probably true.
It is true.
I'm sorry. I just have hygiene issues.
And this room is very hot.
Oh god, we haven't even shut the door yet. I've already got a little bit of glaze on the forehead.
Okay.
Okay. I guess it's showtime. So pretty soon it'll be a show. I'm gonna take these headphones off. Welcome, friends and felines of all designs. to FMVGames, brought to you by 8.5bit on Streamline.tv. We're definitely changing that next year.
Yes, definitely.
Something's changing with that. Okay, I am your host, Paul, and joining me today is my good friend, Janae! Actually, that's a good name.
But it's not my name.
Hi, Janae, how you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I painted 2 coats on my my bathroom ceiling before I came tonight.
Oh, wow, that's fancy.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. I removed my carpet. Look at us homeowners types.
Look at us. Come on, we're going to have a new show, Home
renovation
Renovations.
show.
Yeah. I know how to fuck up a lot of things.
We can gamify it. Is that the right word? Yeah.
Yeah, gamification.
Yeah.
It never lands for me though. I started thinking this will be a great idea, like like Run Zombie Run.
Yeah.
Whatever. Go like, yeah, I'll do it, and then eventually I'm like, no, I just want to listen to podcasts. Like, I don't need to be motivated by escaping zombies.
Nah.
Just kind of gets in the way.
Yep.
But then I have stopped running. Anyway, what a week for video games. Actually, new-wise, not so much this week.
Yeah, it's been an intense few weeks. So this week, I don't know, not as much. Just catching up.
Just Cause 3 tomorrow.
I've never played any Just Causes, but I got Just Cause 2 in the Steam sale, so I'm keen to see what that's about.
Do you know about Just Cause 2's multiplayer?
I do not.
So Just Cause 2 had multiplayer developed by the mod community because it's not built in with multiplayer. I believe they've got they sometimes have games running with over 1,000 people in the game at once. The network infrastructure and the way they've designed it is crazy, and because it's this huge island, obviously it's a bit hard to get everyone together. So they actually create events. So they have like limousine races and like little bubbles of top space where you can't actually shoot people and stuff like that, so you can do different events and everything.
Okay.
It's one of the best multiplayer modes out there,
really?
and it's
Sounds
a
fun.
mod. Which was shocking that when they announced 3, again, no multiplayer.
Really? No. They're like, oh, someone else will do it, and they'll do it better than us.
They did a better job. They did a better job. But the other thing that I named it, was it in this Steam sale or just...
Yes.
Yes. So Steam sales at the moment, and they actually did something different.
What?
There's like no game, there's no anything. It's just a sale. There's no daily things or anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just said, they call it the exploration sale because they put a few thousand things on sale. So go find them. Off you go.
Do they feature them differently
They
each
feature
day?
different ones each day,
Okay.
but they don't change. Some speculation on that was that it's because of the refund policy. Because if you bought a game that's on sale and then it goes on like the daily sale, then people would refund and then get it at the cheaper price, and it'd just be so much back end work for them that they're like, fuck it.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm fine with it. I picked up a bunch of games. Some of them will go through tonight, but not yet.
What do you mean go through? Oh, tonight.
I
Okay,
played some.
okay.
I played some.
All right.
We're here. This tonight. Here, us. Anyway, also someone else, which we'll get onto later as well, was doing Black Friday sales, Black Weekend sales. Nintendo actually did decent sales.
Really?
They did it weird. They did, on the Wii U and the 3DS, they did two games a day.
In Australia as well?
In Australia, yeah. I picked up a few of them. So.
What'd you get?
I got... Well, I can talk about it now. There's no footage anyway. We don't have to queue anything up. Good work, Mr. Producer. Because Nintendo, we don't show footage. I got Donkey Kong Returns 3D, which is just Donkey Kong Returns from the Wii U, but on 3DS. And like I said, well, one thing, no motion controls.
For 3DS? What?
No, because the original had motion controls. Like when you wanted to slam down, you had to actually like swing the nunchuck and everything. Like
that old thing.
You don't need, especially for a base move. I think like to roll, you had to like flick your wrist. So it's a button now, and because they did that whole multi-layer thing where you shoot into the background and stuff, it works great with 3D.
Yeah.
So that's that, and I also picked up NES Remix Ultimate, which is both the NES remixes that were on the Wii U, but just in a little handheld side. It was great. I love it. I prefer it on the 3DS actually.
Sounds good.
It's good. Yeah, and then they had like today. Hey, if you're still playing, and you want either Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii U or the 3DS, they're on sale today. And I think Game and Wario on Wii U. I'm like, great, that game's not worth full price. I'll go pick that up. Still like $50 or something.
Really?
I'm like, no. This is a $15 game, Nintendo. Fuck off. Anyway, one day. Actually, I'll never get it because they don't like lowering their prices.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So when you can get a 50% off on Nintendo, it's generally pretty good. Oh, look!
Wait, can we get a
4 days of cyber deals, although they'll be over very soon. Their tagline should have been "Want a Cyber." It'd be great. They had Bayonetta, Kid Icarus is today as well. On 3DS.
Cool. We have a question in chat.
Yeah.
Favorite Nintendo character?
I don't know.
Does Link count?
There's what?
Link? That's like super
What about
cliche.
Linkle?
Linkle, yeah.
It's just I don't know why everyone hates the names so much.
It's
Aren't
just-
all the names kind of dumb?
Yeah, it's just extra dumb.
It's just-
like
but
they
we-
could have done so much more with it.
But we're playing on with our Wii and our DS, which is now a 3DS, but you can also get a 2D version called the 2DS. All
And
the
it's XL.
Nintendo has fucked up names for everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Linkle's fine, right?
that was just weird.
Yeah. I guess my favorite Nintendo character is Kirby. Always has been.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he sucks. He blows. He's got it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly what you want.
Everything I want. Okay, but this week, before we get onto all this other shit that we're mentioning, actually wanted to talk about Undertale, which has been, cult runaway hit of the year, which we have both avoided up until this point. Mm-hmm. And I had played it before it kickstarted when they had the prototype demo release, which is basically the first dungeon, as it were. So, yeah, we kicked into that. Now, Undertale is, I suppose, Earthbound-shaped RPG in many ways. It's got NES-style graphics. Mainly, it's an exercise in writing and world crafting and really interesting ways of playing with game dynamics in ways that so far I've really, really liked. And it frustrates me because the game now has become like, it's like the new Five Nights at Freddy's. Where everyone's doing fan art and it's really pushed, and people start dismissing it now as like they'll say it's a game for autistic kids. And like, oh, fuck off. Because it's a really, really good game, and I am not that deep into it yet, and I'm currently thinking about playing it, and I want to leave the show and go play it some more. So I played through the first dungeon again, because I'd already done it.
Really?
I didn't get too many surprises with that.
Okay.
And now I'm just near the end of the first section and the whole snowy thing with the skeletons.
Okay, yeah, I
and
think we're up
everything.
to the same-ish point.
Yeah,
It's
so-
longer than I was expecting.
Yeah, the game's about 6 hours long.
really?
And this section's
Shit.
about, I'm like an hour and 20 in or something. So I'm not really that far, but I think I'm far enough to talk about it
Yeah.
a little bit.
Well, we're at the same point. So
yeah,
meh.
how are you going?
Well,
Do you like it? Do you like it like I like it, where I'm going to say
I
very
don't
nice
like
things?
it like you like it. Like, first of all, I'm not a fan of like pixel art.
You do hate pixel art because you are a monster.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like the beginning bit when it showed just like stills of the pixel art, I'm like, oh yeah, this looks cool. But then it's like,
And then you get to the actual NES
yeah,
graphics, it's like, oh, well, it is one guy.
yeah, I get that. I know. It's just something about pixel art that like straight away turns me off. I don't even know why. It's just not my jam. But yeah, the first bit. Would you call this a dungeon crawler? No.
No.
Okay. All right.
Well, one of the big things about it is that the combat system involves you not killing people. That's the main
yeah,
concept of
that
it.
took me a while to get my head around.
Okay,
But it's
so-
pretty interesting.
Well, because I think the interesting thing about it is that, okay, a few things. First up, yes, you can just straight up attack people.
Yeah. Not all of them. I tried some and they just didn't do anything.
I don't know. I haven't actually attacked anyone in the game. Oh, no, I've attacked one person because I think I
Yeah.
need to hit them a few times. But normally if you say, like, you want to do, like, a non-combat role in an RPG, you're going to be kind of an inactive participant most of the time. But really, if you attack someone, it's just like a golf game where you have to get the power swing right.
Yeah.
There's very little gameplay to it. But when
Yeah.
you're defending, it turns into almost a little shmup.
Yeah.
Where it's your little heart down the bottom and your enemy will attack you in different patterns. But the way that they use that little window where people attack you,
Yeah.
there's storytelling in there. So
Yeah, that's true.
so it's like the attacks that they use reflect their personality, and
Yeah, they're
when
all
you
different.
when you talk to them and do different things, it'll alter those attacks. And like very clearly, storytelling wise, okay, spoiler to the end of the first dungeon. Yeah, so tune out for 2 minutes if you're worried about it. So at the very end, you've got Mr. Producer's going to throw up a spoiler alert.
No, maybe
Or what?
because your footage crashed Phoenix.
Oh, good. So are we not showing anything at the moment?
We're still live.
Oh well.
I
Uh,
can still see. I just can't swap screens and do anything.
Oh, that's okay.
Ah.
No footage for anyone. That's great. We don't need footage. We'll just act it out. Good.
just imagine it. Well, it's all
But
pixels
The
anyway.
other thing is the post record might not work, so
Oh,
well.
we
okay.
need 2 moments.
So we're going to take a little break for a second.
We can still talk.
We can, but we don't even know if it's recording at the moment for
Yes,
for the latest
We're
stuff.
still streaming.
Yes, we
We're still
are.
streaming. You can see
Bring it back up.
Stream,
We're
Jesus,
back?
stream.
It's alive.
Okay.
Streamed.
Is it actually streaming there?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Huzzah.
Sorry.
I like the pause of your face on YouTube was like great. Get
Thanks,
in between.
YouTube. Thanks.
Hi
for that.
everyone, we're back. Okay,
Are we on Twitch as
Yes.
well?
we're on a thing. Everything. Oh,
Same stream.
Mr. Producer's having a little panic attack.
Hi, Elizabeth.
He's upset. He hit me. He hit me while the stream was off.
It was so
But we can't
violent.
prove
I
it.
got scared.
We cannot prove it. Okay, so Undertale. So end of the first
Flying Love
dungeon.
Hearts.
You're fighting Toriel or Torel. I can't remember.
Toriel?
Basically, she stands between you and leaving the first area because she doesn't want you to go out there because you're going to get killed. So the way that they use this little fighting area down the bottom for storytelling is she won't kill you.
Won't she?
You can be killed by her,
Oh.
but when she gets your health down to 1 or whatever, all of her attacks, if you don't move, will go around you.
Ah, okay. Maybe
And-
that's what happened to me because I'm like, why did she stop hitting me?
Yeah,
I
and
get
then basically the way to get through it without actually hurting her is you just spare her. She wants you to fight or leave.
Ah, okay.
But if you just say, I'm going to spare you, she's like, stop doing that. And she becomes upset
Ah.
and she'll start throwing these attacks which look wild but actually won't hurt you.
Ah,
Because she
okay.
doesn't actually want to injure you. And that's where they use the actual gameplay and the presentation of the game as a storytelling method. And they do that all the way through. And I think it's fucking clever as hell.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
don't. That's not the sort of thing that
interesting.
you would normally get.
Yeah,
in
it took
any
me
game.
a while to like get it, but then I got it, and then it was.
Are you
good.
finding it funny?
Yeah, now I am. Like the first bit until after like this bit where like you leave the wherever you are,
Yeah.
the dungeon to go to the other dungeon. I don't know.
I love
outside.
this stupid section at the beginning where you get picked up by this helpful monster. And it's like, oh, there's a puzzle here. Oh, let me just take you through it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're not quite ready, are you, child? It was all pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then when she leaves you, she constantly calls you.
Yeah, it's pretty cute actually. But yeah, it just took me a while to get it, and I was kind of like bored because I'm like, I want to go and do stuff.
Yeah, well, the first bit's extremely linear. The whole thing's pretty
Yeah.
linear so far.
Yeah. But yeah, now like the outside bits are a lot more interesting.
Because what I think it's funny, the way they've designed it is so if you spare someone, you still get gold, but you get no experience.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which, I mean, the thing is, that's sort of what the game is working out these encounters. They're like little puzzles. It's like, okay, I've got to pet the dog, but the dog won't let me pet it. What do I do before I can pet? And this is all inside the fight interface while you're dodging things.
Yeah,
for
I
your
really
life.
enjoyed that. It took me a while to work out. But yeah, a few
Yeah.
of them I tried to kill. Like a few I actually killed
Yeah,
by like
yeah.
using attacks. And now I'm like, have I negatively affected something? Like,
I
was
don't
I
think
meant
so.
to
Like
use
you
it?
can. There's two different endings. I think one's a no-kill ending, but you can't get that the first playthrough anyway. Spoiler if anyone didn't know, but if you had the dreams of that, I believe you have to kill something in the first run. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but let's not speculate. But I just enjoy that it's like each encounter's a little puzzle. You still get the gold, but because you're playing that way, you get no experience and you don't level up, so you don't get any stronger. So the combat option becomes less and less viable anyway. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I started attacking someone. It's like, oh, my attacks are really weak. I haven't got any weapons. I haven't got anything.
Yeah, did you
And
find
you're-
a little sword thing?
A little knife, yeah. I've
I'm
got
like,
a knife.
am I using that? I'm not sure.
You can equip it.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
didn't do
open up
that.
inventory and equip. Same thing. I've got a bandana to give myself
Yeah.
some more health.
Well, I like killed some people by using attacks, and other people just wouldn't get attacked. Like it wasn't doing any damage. So I'm like, okay, so it forced me to have to do it like the other way with.
Who can't be attacked?
Can't remember. It was one character, or maybe I just wasn't strong enough, but it didn't do anything.
Ah.
But then it forced me to do like the other way, and then
To
I'm like,
be
oh, okay, I'm getting the hang of this now.
I love like there's one creature that is like negatively impacted by it's in with a bad crowd, so you just have to get rid of everyone else around it, and then it's like its little animation turns to it like doing like I think it does a little
Maybe I
dance.
didn't find that one.
He does a little dance and he goes
Really?
like I'm cool. And then once he doesn't have a bad crowd around him, he's a cool bloke.
Oh,
and you
maybe
can
I
just say,
killed
off you
him.
go.
There was like
Yeah.
a snowball or something with
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
hat. and he's like, "My hat's so cool," and
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
ignore his like hat,
And he gets
and
really
then he
upset
gets
that you're ignoring his hat. Yeah.
Yeah, I've found the humor fun.
Yeah, I like.
It's pretty interesting.
I like all the skeleton puns. In
Yeah,
the
they're great. I like those characters. When they popped up, I'm like, oh yay, these guys. These guys are a hoot.
Just like the idea of like trying to spare the feelings of this guy that
Yeah.
says he wants to kill you, but he doesn't really.
Yeah, he's just
Like,
really excited and wants to make like puzzles for you.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I love when you go to that room and slide puzzles for you. Say, oh, there's a really difficult puzzle here, and it's a find a word.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and you just walk past it because it's a find a word. It doesn't stop you from moving.
Yeah.
It's like genius. Love it. So I really, really want to play through it. You less driven to
starting
complete?
to enjoy it more now. Like at first, I'm like, oh, I don't like this. I hope it's finished.
I hear a lot of people don't like it until sort of about 2 hours in.
Yeah,
Which is still, it's not that long, but I hate games that they go like, oh, well, yeah, once you put in 10 hours, it's great. Oh, fuck, why do I want to spend 10 hours
I have
doing
a short
that?
attention span. So
Yeah, 2
I'm
hours
like,
is still a lot of time.
Yeah.
You could paint a roof in that time.
Yeah.
Rip up some carpet.
Yep.
Yeah.
All those renovation things.
You could play another amazing videoed game.
Yes. Could
Okay.
do that.
We're playing it a little bit more freeform than normal today.
Yeah.
We don't have an ordered list. It's great. Mr. Producer's going to shit himself.
No.
But no footage for this one. No footage for this one. Oh, do we reckon there'll be another Saints Row? Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
My speculation, I really liked a guy's idea that so the next Saint Row, well, it'll either be a reboot because of where they went with the end of the series, or it's going to be Saints Row's guys in the past.
Oh yeah, that could be.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
they're going to be like they're going to be sent back into medieval times.
Because I feel
or
like it's
something.
gone too over the top that they can't really take
Oh well,
it.
they've like this, like the Earth's gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they've.
I didn't
they're
play that
basically
one, but I
superheroes.
followed
and
it. Yeah.
They went to hell.
Like they've got nowhere
good.
else to really.
It's all
go.
been done. Yeah.
But back in time would be cool. It's a fun series, like dildo weapons. Who wouldn't want that?
Everyone likes a dildo weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no! Mr. Producer, the Australian government was fine with the dildo. They did not like the penetrator, which was the penetration up the rear and then fired off into space. Which it's not that tasteful, but neither is just murdering random people. So whatever. Anyways, I was going to bring up. I played a couple of demos on the 3DS as well as the stuff, and I just wanted to bring up because I played Yokai Watch.
Oh, they have a demo for that.
There's a demo for that out there now, and it's so good.
Really?
I have a few criticisms of it, and this is obviously just the demo. I'm not playing the full game or anything. So it's a really interesting setup. So it's basically, Pokemon with ghosts.
Yeah.
That's our starting point.
So they're ghosts. Okay. That
Okay,
makes
well, they're
sense. I didn't know
monsters.
that.
The yokai
Yeah.
are monsters, so
Alright.
yeah. And the world, really pretty. So much nicer than anything in Pokemon. It's a fully realized 3D world. You can rotate the camera. It's like, everything looks nice. So that's a good starting point. The demo, you're basically wandering around a town. Your job's to take out these 3 bad yokai, but you can go around the town doing other stuff. I recommend just investigating if you grab the demo. Of course, it has that 15 tries limit that Nintendo like putting on demos.
Really? Oh, that sucks.
But yeah, so when you get into combat, this is the big thing, and I kind of wish I could bring up the footage, but it's Nintendo, so
Act it out.
You have 6 monsters in play at any one time. Now, this is the best thing and the worst thing about the game. Combat's very physical, so all the monsters you have, the yokai you have, are on a wheel.
Yeah.
So the 3 that are at the top of the wheel, those are the ones in play. The 3 at the bottom are on the bench at the time being. If someone gets basically just disabled in fight, you can rotate the wheel to put them at the back, and then you can like purify them. So you can spin the wheel, do that, and then each creature they sort of take turns attacking autonomously, but then you can select, okay, I'm going to do a super attack with this creature, and they're all building up ability to do a super attack the whole time they're active. So this is sounding really complex. It's actually not, but it feels like it's really fucking hectic. So, okay, super attack, you have to use the stylus most of the time. You can almost do it with buttons, but you have to pull the stylus out to a degree. And then each super attack is like, draw these shapes, tap these things, spin this thing. So almost like a WarioWare minigame to get it to do. Which means you're fighting some creatures with 3 creatures everything's going autonomously. You're trying to do effects and super attacks and spin this wheel. There's a fuckload going on at once to track. But even in the short demo, I started, this feels alright. You know, you can sort of see when an attack's coming. It's like, if you start doing a super attack and you see something's coming, you want to move someone out of the way, you can just cancel it. It's, it's pretty good. The only problem is that, unlike Pokemon, where you can just see like, okay, Pikachu, do a spark or whatever, do it again. You have to be fucking on the ball and doing something in real time.
It's good and bad.
Exactly. I mean, it would get
the
very
whole,
tiring.
Just pressing the same button gets boring. At the same time, doing stylus stuff, like if you're on a train or something, then it'll be like, it'd be a bit weird.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool. And then the actual world. So yokai are normally invisible. So your yokai watch, which is what...
Is it going to be like a real one?
I'm sure someone's made a real one. But it's got
like, it comes with it when you buy it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
oh, good.
Think
So it's got a lens on it. And you do use it on the world map. Sometimes say, I think there's one... I think that letterbox is actually a yokai. Okay. But then you'll find areas, because there's a little gauge that says if there's evil nearby, or maybe it's just a monster detector or whatever. So you walk up to these areas, it takes you to a 3D scene of maybe under a house or up a tree or something like that, and you have to find it and then track it with the touchpad. So you actually have to follow it and hold the lens on them long enough for them to appear.
Yeah.
So there's all these little interactive things and exploration things, and it's not just monsters. You can also do the same thing to catch bugs and stuff like that. I'm like, this is... I'm sure you feed them to yokai or something. They didn't really get into the whole how you tend to your creatures during the demo.
Because there's like a TV show launching at the same time. I think it comes out.
I'm
so
not
they're
sure
going
about that,
down the whole Pokemon route kind of thing.
You've got to bust them all, Ghostbusters. Yeah. But then in the just to mention all the effects of the attacks, they're all hand animated.
Oh, really?
So it's like, you throw like a wave of spirit stuff at them, and this beautiful just burst of blue comes up. The game is gorgeous.
Really?
Yeah. And they say, near the end of the demo, they go, getting more yokai. Are there 100 of them? Oh no, there's far more than 100.
Oh, no.
I'm like, 100 would have been a great number, yokai watch. Yeah, I'm actually really interested.
So I should probably regret selling my 3DS.
Did you sell the 3DS?
Yeah, I was collecting dust.
No. You could be playing Donkey Kong Country Returns, Yokai Watch, NES Ultimate Remix, Xenoblade Chronicles, and they also had... What was the other demo I played? Something. I've got it written down here. Ziplash! Chibi Robo Ziplash.
I don't know what that is.
You know who Chibi Robo is?
No.
Chibi Robo is a little robot that likes to save the environment.
Sounds kind of cute.
Yeah, they keep trying to make new games because they want him to be like a popular character, and no one gives a shit. He's a cute little robot.
Environment, no one cares.
No, it's because most of the games he's been in were absolute shit. His first game was great. That was on the GameCube, and since then it's just been like they already had one on the 3DS where it was like a photo finder.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, you're like, find me a shape that looks like a can. Oh, great.
Really?
It might have been fun. I couldn't tolerate the storytelling in it. This is just a side-scrolling platformer where you use... Because you've got a little extension cord that comes out the back of you. Because the original concept, you had to go keep charging yourself up, getting to different power points. But this time you just use it as a whip.
Oh.
So it's a grappling hook whipping 2D side-scroller.
Okay, so was it good?
I actually really liked it.
Oh.
I don't know... I think it got kind of middling reviews. So the demo is... It was solid platforming. It did a nice little bit of puzzle solving. Finding secrets. That's what I always like in a platformer. And... Yeah, it's just like a bit Metroidvania, and that you get the ability to get to a new area and a level, but it's still level based.
But would you buy it?
Not at probably at $60.
60. That's what. See, this is why I sold my 3DS. All
Yeah.
their games are super expensive.
I don't know if it's quite that expensive, although you can buy a copy of it with a Chibi Robo amiibo.
That's kind of cute.
He's pretty cute, but yeah, I don't know. I really like it. Would be a 2D platformer I would play, but God. I wish Nintendo just didn't structure their stuff the way they do. Because I also don't get the idea of the scale of the game. It's like the last Kirby game. It was a good game, but I think it took me like 5 hours to beat the
For
whole
Wii
thing.
U or 3DS?
3DS.
Yeah.
I think the Wii U one was similar as well. The new Canvas Curse.
I want to play that. But I don't have a Wii U.
You don't have a Wii U?
No, I've left my Nintendo roots behind. But I might buy a Wii U.
Yeah, Wii U was good. Well... I'm sure some people will be selling some. Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we do some things we saw this week?
Sure.
Okay. Couple of things we saw. Okay, first up, one I don't have much to say really. I just liked the trailer, and let's see if we can get it taken down on copyright.
Okay, yay. Challenge accepted.
This is Disaster Report 4, coming out for PS4. Oh, look at Mr. Producer go. He's like, oh, quick, where'd the footage go? Oh, I think the crash before might have. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, if it doesn't come up, this is the newest Disaster
You get to
Report
listen
game.
to Mr. Producer rage this
Look,
week.
he's not so much raging as he is.
He
He's
does
a small
exist.
puppy going. Whoa. Everything's grey. Everything's bad. Maybe we won't talk about it because we're only looking at the game. I don't have any other details about it.
Well, it looks cool. That was my thoughts. I'm like, cool trailer. Don't know
It's
what
like
it's about.
remember I Am Alive?
No.
That was I think Jade Raymond. I never said her name before. I only saw it written, and I don't remember this. I don't remember
no
the order of the letters. Someone tell me. But anyway, post like the work on Assassin's Creed, she did. Oh, we're gonna do this survival game, I Am Alive, and it was basically like Disaster Report, but even worse. It was really, really janky. But Disaster Report's like surviving in a disaster, and you're a lady and you run away from crumbling buildings.
She doesn't seem distressed though.
Oh, she's fine with it.
Yeah.
This is the fourth game.
Oh, okay. I tried to like research it, but like couldn't find anything.
Oh, okay. Disaster Report is okay.
Well,
It's no Tokyo Jungle.
I haven't played that either.
You haven't been a little Pomeranian running around?
No, I do want to actually. This is on my to play list. I remember now because I'm like Tokyo little animals. I'm into that.
Tokyo Jungle. Okay, so let's forget about that. And we're going to.
Break.
Uh-oh.
Specify F drives not.
Everything's gone tits up. We might just have to use our words.
Words.
Entertain you with our words.
I think I know what's going on now.
Something's going on.
Your hard drive does not like my computer today.
My hard drive and Mr. Producer's computer are having difficulties.
Yes.
They're not making out.
No, they're not liking each other.
Well, while he plays around with this difficulty, shall we move on to a different subject?
Sure. What are the different subjects?
We're going to reboot, so we're going to go away.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do.
Oh.
Let's go away.
Okay.
Are we back?
Yes, we're back.
I'm just going to smile. I love the pun dog meme. I keep doing it at work, killing a bad pun. It's like,
There's a pun dog.
oh yeah, he's
Haven't
amazing.
seen it. Oh, I haven't
He's
seen it.
amazing. Okay. So, whilst Mr. Producer gets some stuff sorted, are we going to copy the files and hopefully the problem will fix itself? Okay.
We will.
We'll talk about some news because that doesn't need any any footage with it.
To the news.
Okay, to the news! And James, sing us a song from the distance. Okay, in incredibly cool news, basically, I think pretty much after the last show, I read this, that someone had made third-party remote play for PS4 on PC. And they were selling the program, which is a bit shonky, because it's kind of a... But still, you did work, so I guess it's alright. It's fine. And Sony didn't so much shut it down as just come out and say, oh yeah, we're doing that. We're officially doing that. We're doing it for PC and Mac. So you're going to have official PS4 remote play on PC and Mac in the not too distant future.
Yeah. So what is remote play? Like you can remote play?
You can your PS4 is in the lounge room.
Yeah.
Your computer's in your office. You can play PS4 in your office.
What about... Okay, so I bought a PlayStation TV a while ago.
Yes.
Which I think does that remote play.
It does.
And it was shit. It
Yes.
was so slow and laggy that it just
Are you
was
on
impossible.
wireless?
Yeah.
That'll
Then we
be
tried
one
Ethernet.
danger. The
Still not
PlayStation
much better.
TV is basically a Vita,
Yeah.
and your experience will vary.
Yes.
With different setups, I've been able to play through like Assassin's Creed 3 I played on my Vita. Actually, a few things like Destiny, they did specific Vita work to make sure that it played like good with the Vita controls and stuff like that. So it can stream very well. It matters your setup. So if you're wired in the house going to a PC, I imagine it will be better than a PlayStation TV. But maybe it'll suck.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll still check it out.
There were some
'cause-
people a while ago that were doing reverse engineering the Wii U gamepad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that you could, not so that you could use Wii U stuff elsewhere, so that you could use the Wii U gamepad to control your computer.
That sounds kind of...
I haven't
but
released
weird.
anything though. That was like a year ago. I
guess-
need to track them down.
Why would you do that?
Why not?
Yeah, true.
Well, the Wii U, one of the best things about it has been, because my wife likes to watch crap, but that's fine. It's mainly his background stuff, so, you know, we can blast through a season of RuPaul's Drag Race in like a night.
RuPaul isn't crap.
I didn't say he was crap.
The show is amazing.
But, you know, if I do want to play something, I can just grab the Wii U gamepad and do it. So I can do other things whilst... It's only like you're not necessarily interacting with someone, but sometimes being with someone is nice.
Yeah.
We're both doing work next to each other or something. So it means I'm not tethered to my office.
Yeah, true.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
And sometimes it means I can play something in bed.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, come on, Bayonetta! Woo! Actually, you know, that has more connotations than I meant.
Yeah, I'm like, I just smile a lot.
Okay, so in the first I've ever heard of this happening, the season pass for Dying Light is going up in price. Because of their pretty funky and extensive new expansion pack that's coming out, they're chucking $10 on top of that, which I think it was at $30, which makes it $40 now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gone into effect yet, though. So if you want it, go and get it before the price hike. I can kind of see this as all right, because it's a really
nice
big
about
expansion
it.
pack.
Yeah, they're sort of like, hey, it's kind of more expensive than we thought. It's going to be more expensive, but buy the things now. Is that what they said? Buy the...
Yeah, get on now if you want to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if not, I mean, basically it's another mini game being thrown on top. So, actually, I don't know if it's a mini game. It's a whole other area with vehicles and stuff.
Oh,
It's
really?
different.
I haven't played Dying Light. Should I?
Yeah, I don't own it yet. I've only played around with it. It's really impressive. It's Dead Island done properly.
Oh, okay, because I always wanted to play Dead Island,
Yeah.
but then got bad reviews. I'm like,
Oh, Dead Island was still pretty good. It just got
really?
old quickly.
okay.
It really ran out of steam. Like, it starts phenomenally. Phenomenon starring that guy from Powder. They're different movies. Sorry, that's a deep pull. If anyone got that, let me know on the chat. Anyway, what were we talking about? Phenomenally. Phenomenal.
Yes.
In some context of video games. In Dying Light. Yeah, because the main game's about parkour in a city, and the expansion pack is about a large countryside with vehicles. So it's like, it's pretty cool. Also, in Kevin Bacon news, they're going to make a Tremors TV show. This has nothing to do with games.
Yeah, I was wondering why
I
you
fucking
linked
love
that.
Kevin Bacon. And we our in joke was always that Kevin Bacon played both the star of Tremors, and he also played a character who was trying to kill the Tremors because his penis is the worm going through the ground. This is great. Now you understand.
I'm like, why are you talking about Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon
penises?
is fucking amazing. He is a good guy, except that
I feel like it was before my time a little.
there was that terrible TV show, The Following, about him fighting serial killers, which was interesting. It was just entertaining pulp the first season, and then they killed the guy, the serial killer, and then they just had to keep bringing him back because they've done like 2-3 more seasons since then. It's like, this is fucking stupid. Anyway, good stuff. And in news that could have footage, Nobby Boy has reached Pluto. Holy shit! So we're pretty sure they've turned up the multiplier to get it there, because it was looking like a lot of work to get it there.
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with this, but I know it's a big deal.
It's the biggest of deals.
Yeah. So how long did this take?
Well, Nobby Boy was released like 6+ years ago, longer.
Oh.
It's been going on. So basically, Nobby Boy is a little toy. It was the next game after Katamari Damacy.
Yeah.
And you stretched Nobby Boy when you played, and then everyone's accumulative stretching total got added together to go to Girl, and then she would reach planets in the solar system. So Pluto being the last, planetary body, big rock, the last big rock that we recognize for some reason in our solar system. So now apparently we've got to head back to the sun. So I don't think we're reaching that one. But the community was pretty excited. I'm just shocked that anyone's still playing it.
Well, I was reading the forum that there was just like a group of people that like worked really hard to like do it. And like one person like just stopped doing it, and that another person was like harassing them on Skype, like, get back in here.
Get back this fucking doing Nobby Boy. I mean, like, it's weird. He's got his new game Watam or something, which is about wearing different hats with bombs in them or something.
Really?
It's weird.
I like weird.
He stopped making games for a while to make Playgrounds.
I'd play in one of those playgrounds.
I would, especially.
I like playgrounds.
Yeah.
There's no age limit for playgrounds.
Well, I'm not allowed anymore since I stretched my knobby boy in a playground. Anyway. Okay, so should we look at those games we were going to talk about before? Should we try it? Should we try Disaster Report 4? We've already spoken about it. Well, let's just put it in the background.
What else could go wrong?
What kind of disaster could happen? Let's find out. Oh, good. I was worried I could see grey in the preview in the corner, but it's actually just because it starts on sort of a grey. This will be the in-game graphic style, so it looks nice.
It does look nice.
Anyway, we've already spoken about it, so what do we talk about while this plays an A?
I don't know.
Do you think...
Japanese schoolgirls are adorable. Just saying.
Is she a schoolgirl?
She looks like it. Oh, maybe she's an office outfit.
I love how backpacks are a appropriate potential office gear in Japan as well.
Like
they make fun of you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my cool Dreamcast backpack.
No.
No one ever gives me props.
No.
They should. Oh, Dave Riley in the chat says, I like the show.
Oh.
That's the kind of feedback that keeps me going at night.
Hi, Dad.
Is that... I did not even think. Hi-ya-nays, Dad. We're going to keep it clean for a little while. Okay. Okay, next up, a game we haven't spoken about yet, so we can talk about it as it plays. The sequel to Retro City Rampage, Shakedown Hawaii. So basically, Retro City Rampage was GTA made for NES. And they ported it to everything. They even ported it to DOS, and you can get it on a floppy disk.
Really?
He went all out with, like, his crazy amount of work he put into it. Said, you know what, now we're just going to continue the series, and we're going to keep going forward in time. So now we're sort of at, like, a SNES, maybe more like a closer to Neo Geo sort of stuff going on here. Now I know you're not a pixel art fan, Anae. So what are your feelings on? Are you even aware of Retro City Rampage?
I am not.
So Retro City Rampage, being what its big claim to fame was, that it was a full-on parody of everything. So all games from that period, like you literally just jump down a sewer hole and you would literally be in the Turtles game for NES. Really? They had just pop culture. Everyone would be a pop culture reference. They'd have any platform from that period, they would have crossovers into it. Basically, everything in that game was referential. So it's not the deepest game in the world, but there's a lot of love and care into it. So now we're just shifting a little bit forward. Sort of late 90s.
Yeah,
early 2000s.
sounds cool, but I don't know if I'll get
you
all
don't
the
care.
references. No, it looks fun.
It should be
like
into your days. It'll be getting into your days now.
Yeah.
They'll be talking about...
Spice Girls, no.
They might have Spice Girls in it.
That was my 90s jam.
Oh. It's your jam?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it looks cool, and I'm not going to hate on it just because it's like pixel art.
Speaking of you hating pixel art,
yeah,
they've added a new character to Dive Kick. This is the final character.
I saw this and like...
So good! So good! So do you know Dive Kick?
No. I'm sorry.
I gotta double check stuff before the show. Come on, let's.
Well,
because we just already saying no. So Dive Kick is a 2-button fighting game.
2-button.
Dive and kick. There's not even left and right control.
Really?
It's just you can play it on a Vita. 2-player on a Vita. One person holds the left of the screen, other person holds the right of the screen. You only need 2 buttons. It's an amazing spectator and party game. So they decided for their very last character to put in Defensor from Nidhogg, which is weird. But why the hell not? Because the game's supposed to be... Because basically it started as a joke. You kick Dark Kick, and then people are like, oh, that looks fun, why don't you release it? Oh, well, we better polish it if we're going to do that. And then they've added story and a dozen characters in it, and it's got really good art, and it's actually a really good party fighting game. It actually has
like indies, or is it like a big studio?
I think some of them have worked on like pretty big fighting games, but this is an indie studio.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. They've written it for the last couple of years. Dive Kick away. I mean, it can only go so far, but...
So it's on PlayStation?
Yes, it is on PlayStation. It's on PC, it's on Vita. I don't know if they've done a Microsoft port of any sort, but it's good. It's not on Nintendo either. Anyway, okay, stuff. Okay, what other games? You played some games.
I did.
What did you play?
What's on the list? Oh, we don't have a list.
You played Neko Atsumi.
Yes, let's talk about that. Neko Atsume? Is that how you say it?
I don't know. I said Neko Atsumi.
If anyone's heard about this is like sort of one of those iPhone, iPad, Android games that have gone viral. It's basically you collect cats. That's the whole purpose of the game.
I like collecting cats.
Yeah. So all you do is like you have this little like room or outside, and you put out things like, I don't know, a pillow, and cats may come and sit on the pillow, and then you take photos of them. And that's pretty much the whole purpose of it.
It kind of... I haven't played it yet. I keep meaning to, because there's like the cats are wacky, aren't they?
Yeah, and like they're pretty cute. I don't know. Do we have footage? Eventually.
Mr. Producer's doing a little bit of squiffing because it's a weird aspect ratio. Cause it's on the
Yeah,
phone.
so there's all these different types of cats. So it's sort of like collect them all, try and get them all to your like little house thing.
Okay, so I'm going to do a terrible thing and ask you again, are you aware
Yeah.
of a game? Because I want to make a comparison. So
Okay, ask away.
do you know Little Inferno?
No.
It was the next game by 2D Boy after World of Goo. And the
Ah.
idea of the game was you would purchase things from a catalogue, then you would burn them, and you would get more money from burning them. So you eventually could get all the way through, and you had to do comment. Like there was a little bit of gameplay there. But is this kind of the similar thing in that by putting a thing down when you don't have much, then things come, and then you have the ability to put more shit down.
Yes.
And then you just...
They leave money for you sometimes.
Yeah.
Or you have to have food. If you don't have food, then no one's going to come. And you just get cute photos. That's really the purpose of it. And some are special. If you have a sundae jar, there's one cat that comes along and makes a sundae and puts on a little chef hat. I haven't gotten that yet, but that's like cat goals for me right now.
These are my cat dreams. Oh,
Yay!
look at this screen split.
Yeah, so I've
Mr.
recently
Producer
got
was
the
doing some work.
expansion, and I have like the little cat castle thing.
Now, expansion
And
is in you expanded or you had to buy an expansion.
No, I saved up all my coins and got an expansion.
so good.
So these are all the cats that have visited me.
Pickles!
So there's some that I haven't like found yet. So
Oh, mystery
that
cats.
I've got to catch some more. There's Tubbs. Tubbs is my favorite. He like eats all the food and he's funny. So they all have their own personalities and do different things. But it's adorable and ridiculous and it's fun. And everyone should play it and share their cat stories.
The mystery cat from Cats, because I can't remember his name, and it's McCavity, the mystery cat.
A cavity.
Cats.
Well, I could rename them.
It's a terrible musical.
These are some of the fun things you can like
A
buy
pile
for
of
them.
leaves?
A heating stove.
No, I don't have to pay for a pile of leaves. I have
Yeah.
them at home.
Well, it's pretty expensive in this. Oh, I got a
A
notification.
donut tunnel?
Yeah. And then like two little cats go on either end and they have little like buttholes and they're cute and they're like little X's.
Oh,
They're the cutest.
I subscribe to a subreddit for that.
Does it really exist?
I'm sure there's cute
Okay.
buttholes. But yeah. Anyway, Andy Hoosen. Cool. Okay. What was the other one you played? That looked. I knew nothing about this.
Oh, Sibella. I think it's
Sibella?
called Sibella. Sybil.
Now you describe it to me, then I'll
Okay.
compare it to a game that you don't know, and then
Okay.
we'll both feel awkward.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
So this is a. It's hard to explain. It's got like live action video in it. So it's like set in this. It's based on a real story and it has like real content in it. So it's based on this girl who met a boy online.
Oh, I have heard of this. So, so it's about the relationship. Like, is it like in a game and then outside of the game, how it develops?
Yeah. So you start off like sort of in her desktop, and you just sort of go through all her files and sort of try and get a grasp of like what is her life. And apparently all this stuff is real from like her actual life. Like Nina Freeman, the developer. So it's all her. It's her starring in it. It's like her game. And you get an idea. Like you get the idea that she's like got a crush on this boy, that she plays like this game called something all the time.
World of Warcraft.
Well, it's meant to be takeoff of Final Fantasy 12 or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
Let's just call it Final Fantasy XII.
yeah, yes.
That's distinct.
And so yeah, they play this game together, and you hear them talking in chat, and
Amy in the chat has said, so it sounds like what is it? Digital a love story. Because I couldn't remember if it was because there's digital love story and analog a hate story. I forgot which one was the love and hate.
oh,
So do you know digital love story?
I don't.
You did it. You did it, Amy. You've done it.
But yes.
That's all good.
So yes.
So one question: Do you like the character that you're sort of playing through? Do you identify with her?
Yeah, like a lot of it's like narrated, so she's like talking and stuff like that, and talking to this other boy, and it's like super authentic. Like just the text and the things she says is like very real and like relatable.
Well, there was something. Someone was saying that they thought it was real chat logs at one point.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Like I did some research.
Do they voice them?
Well, this bit, when you're on the desktop, you're reading old chat logs
Yeah.
and old like diaries and stuff like that. And then when you launch into the game, I don't know if we'll get up to that bit. When you launch into the game, then the like audio starts. There's like a chat between the girl and the guy.
Oh, okay.
They're being like, oh, hey, we're like, going to do this mission. And like, oh, are we ever going to meet up? Like, they're flirting. And you're sort of just like awkwardly like in part of this sort of flirting.
Well, it's sort of like that raid culture where it's like, you know, you all get together and you do a thing, but you...
Yeah. So you're just listening to their conversation while they're raiding, and
because that was the one. Because this is all secondhand opinions from me because I have not played it. Was that it felt that the voice acting was weird because it felt like they were speaking chat logs and you don't really talk how you type.
Yeah.
So it was just a little bit joint. But I think the prevailing idea, which I liked about this, and I haven't played, I don't know if I like the story or not, but like it's a good way of telling a story like this. Do you think that?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a very unique way of telling a story, I think, as well. Because it's like you can't die in the game. Like you're playing as these characters and you go and kill these things. Like you can't die. Like the next part of the story doesn't trigger until you kill enough things, pretty much. So it's just there as sort of background, I guess, and you're just sort of part of the story. But yeah, I guess it's
that's kind of
interactive way of telling a story.
Well, that's kind of it's like the relationships around MMOs and everything. That's sort of how they are, and there's not other medium that really does that.
Yeah. So
not that I understand because I couldn't play MMOs because I've had such a short attention span. You want me to talk to people?
Yeah. No, I never played many MMOs really, but it's interesting. It's like I don't know if this will appeal to everyone. I think it appealed more to females, and I think that's what it wanted to do, like tell a very unique sort of story from a female perspective.
What about drag queens?
Maybe.
I could learn a thing or two.
They could. Maybe that's a market.
Is it a paid game or is it free?
It is paid. There's not a lot of content. I guess it was like $10. I finished it under like 40 minutes. So it's like very short, but I really enjoyed it. So I think it's worthwhile, but not if you're not into, I guess,
if I'm not into older teen girl angst. Well, thankfully I love teen girl angst. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, and not for young people, like too young, because you see some cleavage and things. But it's super interesting.
We all come from people who have cleavage.
Whoa.
Especially in my family. My mother's tits are huge.
Today we learned.
Everyone. It's an ongoing thing. Anyway, cool. Before we get on, where are we time-wise? Oh, we're fine time-wise. Let's talk about some other things I played. Things from the Steam sale. Ooh, I finally picked up a couple of games that were in that bracket of, I want to buy this, but not for that price.
Yeah. The sales were pretty good.
They've been good. And especially since they're not doing the rolling sales, it's like, oh, well, you just look around and find a couple of things. It
was fun, like, searching. Like, I'm like, oh, I'll buy this. It's $3. May as well.
What's on my wish list? Okay, get that. Still going through all my my card credit. So
card credit?
Yeah. You know, you get Steam cards, trading cards. You can sell them.
I'm a Steam noob. I'm mostly console.
See, when you play games, you get trading cards.
Yeah.
Which some people do things with. People like me have to just sell them off. And
I saw that feature. I'm like, wonder what that does.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's a bit, but I've got over 1,500 games on Steam. So when you have cards for most of those games and you can sell off, make some okay money. I haven't had to buy on Steam for about 6 months.
Really?
But I also buy things cheap, so...
Interesting.
Yeah.
I should look into this.
Yeah. I mean, literally you'll be getting like 10 cents per game sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that builds up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also it costs you nothing to do, so may as well. Anyway, so one of the games I picked up was one that I saw launch and I really wanted to support it, but... it's a puzzle game, and I didn't know how much content and how... It's called Snakebird. And it's bloody cool. So, Snakebird is basically... Well, you're a snake with a bird's head.
I like it already.
Yeah, and you move in a grid. So, basically, it's navigating around physical environments. So if we've got the footage to bring up here, so that's it on Steam at the moment. I think it's so. I mean, well, okay, hell, this is even some of the levels I've got in the footage. So it's about, oh, they're telling me how to solve that level. I didn't solve that level. Yeah. So you can't go backwards, and you're a rigid body. So you'll actually lose space journey. So just moving around is actually quite challenging. This is just the opening level tutorial and everything. So getting an idea of how to move. Can't go out till I get the other strawberry. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But it's also just incredibly cute in its style.
It's pretty cute.
It's
colourful.
very cute. Very colourful, very slick, like mouse wheel in and out. So just like very natural controls. The one thing I was playing it and thinking, oh, you know what? Sometimes I can't tell exactly where I'm going to move. This needs a grid. You just go to the menu, there's a grid option there, just turn the grid on.
Thought of everything.
It's like, oh good. So once I got into the hang of it again, I just turned the grid back off. And there I've screwed myself now because I can't get out of there without taking my whole body off the ground, and then I go. But really quick free starts, you can just backspace to take back moves all the way back to the beginning of the level.
Oh, really?
So it's like, it's a really robust, like there's nothing wrong about this game. Oh, and the other ingredient is, of course, that when you pick up fruit in the game, which is the thing you're going for, it gives you one more space of your body. So you might have to get a piece of fruit before you can get another fruit before you can get to the exit.
Okay.
So it just builds up, and then you start operating multiple snake birds, sorry.
Snake.
Like, this is
Sounds
really,
interesting.
really robust. And it gets fucking hard. This is a gameplay mechanic I haven't played before. And like you just went, I'm doing terrible. I'm doing a really bad job.
Because it looks like a kid's game. Like
a kid would pull their freaking teeth out playing this game. It is not easy. But that said, kids can just persevere at something for a long time sometimes.
That's true.
So yeah. Anyway, the Snakebird. Other things that are on my wish list that I want to do. Roundabout. Have you seen Roundabout?
I have not.
Roundabout was it did quite a lot of advertising on the year. It didn't go. Roundabout is you're just driving a museum. Think about like crazy a museum. Limousine. I don't know how I did those words.
This is crazy.
Yeah, you just constantly rotate.
Why?
That's just the way you know how to drive. So you got to somehow navigate the environment in a constantly spinning limousine, and you can speed up the rotation. That's about it with that, and otherwise you're moving around.
What does the yellow thing do? Are they checkpoints?
They're tokens going between. So I'm dropping off a guy at a baseball stadium now, and then every pickup and drop off has a little FMV sequence.
Really?
Yeah. So this one's, they're not playing baseball, right? And it's really, really tacky, really low grade. Like they're obviously shooting them all in their garage, and sometimes it's like, oh, we're just dragging our kids, we're just dragging our friends and everything. But they're actually genuinely funny, and this is you. You can they put like bad green screen around, and you can skip all the content if you want. But it's genuinely funny, and I think they next pick up after this, and we won't get up to this because I'm just going to play some baseball here for a while with my spinning limousine. After this you pick up a guy that wants to go on a date.
Oh.
And you pick up his girl, and he's a cute character. You take him to the drive and you drop him off. And of course the final comments are about, why did you get a limousine to the drive-in to drop us off? He's like, oh no, I fucked up again. It's like, he probably doesn't say fuck. I think it's PG than that. But it's like really cute storytelling, a really weird, not that difficult to do, but hard to master gameplay mechanic. Like you have to go roundabouts the right way and duck into things. I think it's actually a pretty good run from memory. Like I've still kill a person. I don't know if it's good or bad killing people, but either way, I did it.
It looks fun. It looks like one of those ridiculous games you wouldn't pay full price for, but would buy on sale.
Exactly. Like I didn't want to pay $15 or whatever, but I think the $3 or something I paid, I'm like, you know what? Probably could have paid a little bit more. It was pretty good. Right. Okay, and my final one was a game I've never seen anyone talk about, but I really like the look of it. It's called Splatter. Splatter. So a bad name, because I have a game called Splatters. I think there's one called Splats. It all sort of goes together.
Splatoon.
And again, talking about terrible choices, this is a top-down zombie shooting game. So it's like, I've seen about 700 of these. So one thing you might have seen there, storytelling, is like Max Payne style. It's like these like photo cutouts, and it's very noir style. But there's a lot of storytelling in this game. So yeah, this is being a game. The military's there because there's some sort of zombie breakout, and it's a destructible environment which is used, like zombies can smash through things, but you can shoot through things as well. But just because it's got this story drive, and like at one point I'm in a gun store in a mall, and a guy comes in and it cuts the story and it says like, will you let him take a gun, or will you not? So it's got story choices in there, and then that guy, because I let him grab a gun, became like a companion.
Ah, cool.
And stuff like that. Lots of visual flair. Like if I there's going to be a good explosion here in a minute, because that's a gas station. I'm like, I'll shoot that gas barrel. That's the only flammable thing, right?
That was cool.
So yeah, it gets that sort of Crimson Lands thing as well, where you're just hundreds of zombies going around you, and you're just staining the ground red with all the blood. So it's like very hectic shooting, bit of RPG. There's crafting of weapons in it, and it's like that's probably one of the better ones of these. I enjoy it. I'm going to play it a bit more, I think.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I like the art style. You know, it reminds me of like Dark Woods. Yeah, Darkwood. Yeah, and stuff like that.
What's it called again?
That one's called Splatters.
Splatters.
So not a great name, but I thought
How much was it?
A couple of bucks.
For a couple of bucks, I'm like, I might give it a go.
That's where I go. Steam sales at the moment. There's a few things I've also picked that I haven't got a chance to play yet.
Yeah.
A few things I'm gonna. No, we'll talk about that outside the school in case we do. What's it? Scroll down, Mr. Producer. What's the cost? $3.99.
I'd pay that.
It's interesting, yeah. If you have a look at the trailer, it shows a lot more of where the story goes and stuff, which is interesting. Okay. So, do we have any other games we haven't spoken about that we've played?
No.
Nah, we got them all. We did it. We knocked them down, one after the other.
It's a Kickstarter time?
It's Kickstarter time.
Or Cheapskate? Or is
No,
that last?
No,
Or...
we'll still do Cheapskates.
Okay.
But crowdfunding, we've got an entire one game.
Woo!
Woo! It's called Deserted. Now, my pitch for Deserted is very simple and also very ineffective because it references a game that's not released yet.
Oh.
This.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah?
That cyber game?
No.
Cyberpunk? No, okay.
No. This game reminds me very heavily of the sort of roguelike Below that's coming out on Xbox One.
Wait, Below. No, okay, I'm getting confused.
Below is basically you're alone going. It's more fantasy based, and you're going into dungeons and stuff like that. Except this is like a sci-fi version, and that's more a medieval sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, very, very, like, partly it's the visual style, this sort of kind of murky, flat shapes and everything everywhere.
That's cool.
It's got really nice animation. There's really good production value here. It's it's an action RPG. It's a light RPG, I believe, but you know, it has a little bit of that in there. Really nice environments, and it just looks like a really, really polished. And currently, I don't know if it's just because they've done no press, no one's really paid attention to this on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I think it also might just be that I was likening it to Below, but there's a lot of atmospheric, roguelike inspired games going around, and I just wonder if
a low poly is like being done a lot.
Yeah, also Oxenfree, even though that's an adventure game, very similar art style again. I'm just like, I think this looks great, but maybe it's not going to get a lot of support on Kickstarter.
Importance of marketing.
Yeah. Well, get a playable demo out there.
Yeah.
Although they only help so much. Man, Indivisible, what was it? That one I played last week. The one by the Skullgirls guys.
Ah, yeah.
That one's cool. I think that's over its goal now.
Wait, is that the ship?
No, that was the side-scrolling RPG one where you play a really, really good animation, 2D animation.
Oh, yeah, that one looks cool.
Yeah, that looked great. So if you like the look of Deserted, you can pledge for that game. And maybe this, I haven't checked this, so let's check. Actually, it's only $10. I think that's Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
So that's like our dollars.
Yeah.
I'd pay $10 for a good-looking game, maybe.
How much do they want, like in total?
They're only after 30 grand. So I reckon they're pretty much... I reckon this is more advertising than it is required funds.
Yeah, a lot of studios do that now.
Yeah. Well, we call them kick finishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clever.
But no one's going to do it. Oh, it is Indivisible. I did good memory of my name calling. That also I don't think is a great name. Splatters, Indivisible... what's another bad name?
Sure, there's lots.
Come on, throw someone under the bus.
Wii U.
That one that we always forget of that game.
Well, there's like the battle cry and all that stuff. But what's the one that we always forget?
That's coming out, and it's like the robot, like, animals. They showed it at E3. That's the one I always forget. That one we always forget.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, that one.
What a great name! So memorable by the team that brought us Killzone. Another fantastic name. They really just need to hire someone to name things for
I'm the
them.
name guy.
Yeah. I've been working 6 years on this new name.
I'm pretty sure they have people that do that.
Yeah, they've got the wrong person.
Yeah.
They've very much got the wrong person. Man, Horizons looks great. But that name, I just imagine like just no one knowing what to ask for at the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least there's pretty pictures on the box.
Abbreviate it, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So that brings us to this week's Cheapskates Game Club, which, Anae?
I couldn't play. So I've been trying very hard to get Windows working on my Mac. And I now have it working. And I go to play my first PC game, which was Loadout, and it crashed. So I'm sad. So I can't report on this week's Cheapskate. But Paul can.
I can. Okay, so Loadout came out on PC a few years ago now. It's been on PS4 for a while as well. But it launched on PC, and I got in really early on it because it looked cool. And part of the reason it looked cool was that before it launched, they showed the game off like a year plus beforehand. And it looked pretty done, like gameplay-wise. Then they spent an extra year just polishing it and making it look good. And it certainly gave like a really freaking impressive package, especially when you first jumped into it. So, can we get the footage up, Mr. Producer? The thing about Loadout is that it's about customization, which is a good thing. It's a third-person multiplayer game. Yeah, that's Helga. So, first thing that brings a lot of people to the game is just sort of cool character design. So I decided that we're going to have a look through some of it. So we got Axel up first. Did a little bit of a speed up to have a look.
Ooh.
I see Mr. Producer's trying to censor and failing. He's jumping around. You can't stop him. So you can fully nude up all your characters, which is great.
Amazing.
And they have fantastic dances. I love it. I love a good dance. But the one thing that I noticed a bit different, at least in what I've played so far, when the game first launched, I got a lot of aesthetic things. I haven't really got any aesthetic unlocks now, and they all cost real money.
Oh, really?
So that means that it's actually quite hard to customize your character at the moment.
Oh my god. I'm like shocked.
Are you enjoying?
Right
Come on, the sumo dance! Twerk it! I love the fact that you can customize her body hair.
Really?
Yeah, and she can just like bikini hair coming out the side of it. And they added a fourth character now, some fishmen, because they've added a whole single player sort of component now. But this is what the main design part of the game is. You get components and you unlock components to design your guns, and they actually vary very, very greatly. So I'm building sort of a rocket launcher here, putting 4 rockets on it so I can shoot 4 in sequence, but you might have a trigger that shoots all of them at once or something like that. I'm putting proximity on them so that they explode near someone instead of
9
just
out
on a
of
wall.
10 mums recommend. Noted.
Yeah. And so you design these. You can throw on anything, even if you can't afford it. And then you go into a test range and you try it out.
Cool.
And when it comes to like balancing of like, it's actually interesting from a game design perspective. So you're like, okay, I'll have a high fire rate gun, and that's going to have its own detriments and everything. So you start messing with your fire rate versus it's going to be fully automatic, it's going to be semi-automatic. I ended up building called the burning discharge. I made this gun, and it gave fire damage, and it shot 3 rounds at once, but it was semi-automatic. So it actually gave pretty good damage, and I had a big clip, so it sort of shot as much as a smaller clip, but it was 3 times the damage, and I could afford that, get that in. And then when you take these into multiplayer, I'm not sure exactly how they don't, but it doesn't feel unbalanced.
Really?
To the people that
What
have like
is
the crazy
gameplay?
weapons.
Is it like Team Fortress style?
They have lots of different modes. So I think, unfortunately, because I lost some footage, I think the only gameplay footage I have, which would be coming up after we finish naming this, I think I can't remember what this one's called. Some other burning zone. Oh, the Boo Urns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what this thing is ended up getting called. So
cool.
what they've added, which they never used to have, was there's this whole sort of single player training component now, which is why they added those fish guys. So far, I played about 5 of those. Those are a bit boring. Those are just straight up, there's going to be 10 waves of fish guys coming, shoot them with some bots. And I sort of forgot what was fun about the game playing those. I was like, yeah, this is fine, I guess. And then I jumped back into actual multiplayer just this afternoon. Remember, oh, that's right, this game's actually fun. That was a kill confirm mode, but then, they've got capture points, they've got just team deathmatch like that. They've got, I think, the list of like 8 or 10 different base game modes, whole slew of maps. They obviously have capture the flag and stuff. I used to play that a lot. But some of the stuff that I didn't show in the creation I was doing there was some of the options are like healing options. So you can make a healing grenade launcher. And like your team's running towards the enemy and you just lob grenades at them and they all get healed, stuff like that. It's actually like you can do some really inventive guns, and if you're going to play with a friend especially, yeah, you can make guns that sort of work together and make me. This is a bot mode that I got up here because, as I said, I didn't get the recording of so this is just team versus team. In this mode, we had to go and get these points.
Is it like popular? Like, were you able to match with people?
I matched
easily?
in about a minute, and that's on an
I'm
afternoon.
surprised I haven't heard of this. Like before you mentioned it last week.
Yeah,
it looks really fun.
Those are my proximity rockets.
It.
They move super slow.
Really?
Like, you could just walk faster than my rockets, but because they're proximity, you just lay them in an area and people don't really notice and they just explode when they get close.
Yeah.
It's like, this is kind of cool.
That's fun. And ridiculous.
It is. It is ridiculous.
Kind of fun.
And pay attention to the gore. Like, you shoot off the flesh off people's arms and they'll actually get burnt to a cinder and stuff like that. Like, it's gratuitously horrible and hilarious. Like, it's got a real macabre sense of humor to it. It's, acid will melt people's parts and electrocution. That's not as fun. They get I think you see the bones sometimes. That's good. Yeah, just really, really nice polish to everything.
So,
you'll see that guy just his arms just pissing blood out of it.
So it's free to play, right? So it's just all in app or whatever.
Yeah, it's all in game microtransactions. So you basically can buy. You can buy more loadout slots, you can buy more weapon components, you can buy more outfits. So paying money can give you more variety of play, especially when you're buying weapon stuff. But you can you get daily prizes, you get rewards for finishing rounds, there's the single player stuff which gives you stuff as well. Like, there's no shortage of stuff that you can still get for free. That said, it did feel more microtransaction-y than when it first came out on the PC. I think it was a little bit more generous back in the day. That said, I still got like these 2 guns that I made that they're working on, and I can still go in and change them. They're not like locked in once you make them. Go change anything on them anytime. I had enough to make those 2 guns after like a round.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like you upgrade those guns and get better components, and that stuff is going to grow exponentially. But if you just want to jump in and play and have a little bit of creativity, it's there. Which is cool. I wish it had a little bit more exposure. Like you say, you haven't heard of it.
Yeah, and it seems like it's free to play and it looks awesome and it's like ridiculous. I'm like, why wouldn't I want to play this?
Yeah. Plus, you can play a lady with a real big butt.
Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah. It's great.
Especially if she can twerk and stuff.
I do love, like, they're all pretty distorted, crazy designs, but I do just love that for their token female, they didn't just go for like
hot chick.
Yeah, the sci-fi hot chick. It's like, and there's the level of grotesque to all of them, but it's also like somehow respectful. It's like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, she has pubes that stick out the side of her underpants, or you can change the shave skin. But I like to leave it natural. I just like it's a pretty positive representation. I think you don't have to hammer on about it. It's just like, oh yeah, it's nice to see diversity around things. So loadout, PC, PS4, it's free. It looks pretty nice.
I'm gonna actually play it.
Yeah, we can talk about it later. Oh. Okay, so... Oh, we got through that. Oh, maybe we do need James to rack up the time.
Yeah, to talk about.
Oh no, we spoke about so many things. No one was there to slow me down.
Aw.
I just shot through. Okay, well that's alright. We can finish early for once. It's not going to
Unless
kill us.
anyone in the chat
Yeah,
has any
anyway.
requests
I'm on the YouTube, Anae's on the Twitch.
on the Twitches.
The Twitchy bitch. Oh, I didn't mean to swear. I just was rhyming slang. Ah! Sorry. Okay.
The last 15 minutes, Paul offends me. No.
Oh, yeah. What should I talk about? We were talking about the Kinsey scale before.
Oh.
Let's talk about Gamergate. Let's do it.
Gamergate?
Ah.
No.
Does it still exist? Why not? What's the latest scandals we can talk about?
Nothing really.
What's the worst thing I played this week? Ooh.
Are you playing more Fallout? It's not worse, but it's good.
Fallout has not won me over.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to come back to it a few times.
I thought it was going to be my game of the year, but no.
It wouldn't be cracking my top 10 at the moment.
Yeah.
But I play a lot of games.
Yeah,
and I like
you do.
little things. Worst
Yeah.
game I played this week. I'm sure I played something rubbishy that I just forgot about instantly.
Played a lot of shitty iOS games.
Oh, yeah,
Market
yeah? What's the
research.
shittiest? Oh, do you not want to say?
Oh, I forgot what it's called. We're researching how violent is like violent in games. Like to still keep it safe for like kids, but kids love like violence, but apparently parents don't. So
It's
a fine line.
You know what I was playing for? I stopped this week, but I've been playing for the last few weeks before that. I was playing Yahtzee with buddies on my phone. What a terrible
What?
fucking game.
who was talking about? Someone was talking about that. Was it James?
Maybe,
Someone
or maybe it was
talking
me.
about
I don't
Or maybe
know.
it was you. Yeah.
But it's like their whole payment system is to buy extra rolls. But if you're allowed to roll extra times in Yahtzee all the time, it's not a fucking game. It's already just rolling the dice for chance. Now it's like, oh, I'm just paying to win. And
Man.
like they have daily challenges. And basically, if you want to be ranked in them, you basically have to be rolling solid Yahtzee sixes every roll. Because the scores are like, they're that high. It's like these people have just paid for infinite rolls basically and are just rolling until it's all
That's silly.
sixes. Ah, so good. Yahtzee is the worst fucking game. Just Yahtzee with buddies. Like real Yahtzee's gold, probably. I don't know, I've never really played real Yahtzee.
Yeah. It's like
It doesn't seem the
with
most
words,
fun. It's
right?
no boggle.
yeah, I think
No,
it's
Yahtzee's,
Boggle. I think.
Yahtzee's just die.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have to-
I think Boggle. Boggle. I'm like, I feel like this is a trick way of making me learn things. I like it.
Stop trying to make me learn!
Yeah.
What about upwards? That's Scrabble with upper words. It's good. You
Still
could
trying
sound-
to make me learn things.
Why don't you like learning?
I like learning non-word and math things. I don't like board games. I don't.
No board games? You don't sit around with your friends and
No.
play some terrible board games?
No. Well,
don't-
I do occasionally, but I'm
Do you
not a
like?
fan of it.
Do you ever play Nightmare?
No.
Oh, do you know Nightmare and
No.
Atmosphere?
No.
Oh, these were 90s VHS board games.
Maybe we should do that one week. Like, just have board games.
Nothing
That'd be
but
so
board
boring.
games.
Although, what's that show? Geek and Sundry. They pretty much just played board games.
Yeah, board games are good. Up. Amy on the chat just said that she had to make Yahtzee for a school project.
Oh.
Yeah.
Add monetization in.
Also, I've just noticed that to demonstrate the heat of the room, I've got a lovely love heart of non-sweat around my entirely sweaty body.
It is really hot.
Maybe that's my.
I'm
This is my
dying.
tribute to Undertale. The heart. Oh, now don't attack me. No, please. I do love a game where I can.
You can make fan art.
No, I'm not gonna. He came out against fan art
Really?
just because people were selling fan art, and it was weird, and it was very erotic. He's like, this is a game about monsters and kids, and I don't need to see them banging, and I don't
That's
want
pretty
you.
funny.
Yeah,
The internet is weird.
internet's
and
got it
magical.
all. Okay, so what we haven't done is our picks of the week.
Ah,
So since Undertale didn't really grab you, I don't know what your pick will be.
I do.
What?
Sibella?
Sibella?
That one.
That's a cool one.
Sibel, whatever. The Nina Freeman game.
And, you know, even though Undertale is obvious, I really, really liked that Yokai Watch demo. It was really cool. I don't know if it would
I've
hold
heard
me for the
good
whole game.
things.
Yeah, I was surprised at how many inventive things it had in it. It's like, hey, and I hope that there's enough variety in like the little mini game things you have to do.
Well,
but-
everyone's going to compare it to Pokemon.
Oh, and the designs are amazing. So one of the base yokai I had was this dog with like an old man's face. And I'm like, that's creepy. That's creepy as fuck. Do his special move? It's called like Creepy Bite.
Really?
It's just like creepy old man Grobard dog. Just like, bah! Like, oh, I great it. Fantastic.
I kind of want to play it.
It'll be good. Well, download it. It's free.
On
You
what?
can't because you sold your 3DS like a crazy
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
You mean you don't keep your video game consoles forever?
I don't.
You know, I have an old 3DS that I haven't sold.
Really?
Yeah, you want to buy it?
Nah. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair
we'll just
enough.
collect dust again.
Probably the right call. I do think the 3DS, even though it's super popular, is nowhere near as good as the DS when its run.
Yeah, why though?
Just because of the library. I had endless games on the 3DS, on the DS. On the 3DS, it's like I've got a handful of games I really like, but I think I literally had like 70 games on the DS.
Was a pirate and bought one of those like
The R4 cards.
Yeah, and it kind of took the fun out of it.
I like I said, I had 70 games and everything, and then I got rid of a lot of them, and then there were a few games that I couldn't track down. Like I wanted the Way Forward Alien game that they released on there. I couldn't find a copy of it, so like I'm just going to grab it on a flash card. I'll try it. But when there's a list of games, I try them for 5 minutes. I don't really treat them right. It's the same as when you buy like. Oh, not buy. We're talking about not buying. We're talking about being terrible pirates. When you get, you download every NES ROM ever, and it's 5 meg, and you're like, I've got every game. And you've got a list of hundreds of games, and you don't give any of them really that much attention.
Kind of felt like that with the Rare Replay. I bought that for Xbox. I'm like super excited for it, and then I played all of them for like 2 seconds.
I reckon what they need to do, and this is a terrible consumer thing to say here, but I really kind of liked what Nintendo have been doing with Splatoon, where they just like the content is all on the disc, and they're not charging people for it. They're just dribbling it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
And now they're actually adding new stuff. But most of what was happening for the first 6 months or so, it was all there. It was all there. They're saying no. You only get 5 maps at launch. It's like, how many maps are on the disc? Oh, like 20 something. It's like, why are you in it? It's like, because we want you to get through and keep having new stuff. So it's like you put in Rare Replay, and if it was like, you get to play, I don't know, is Jetpack a Rare game? Something like that. They had some old, really weird platformer.
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't Jetpack, but it was something like that. It's like, okay, you get to play this for the first day, and then each day, like, a new game unlocks. And
That'd
people
be
would just
alright.
hack the clock, and people can always do that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, to actually take you through it, I feel is almost more fun.
It's an interesting way.
Yeah. It's like, I always like the idea of someone that's knowledgeable at a subject that I don't know, them to like curate and take me through it instead of just saying like, I want to get into Tom Waits. Oh, well, here's every album he ever made. It's like, no. I'm going to listen to like the first album for a week. And then I'll listen to another one and I'll understand it a bit better than, because even if you listen like I said, we're just going music as an example. If you listen to an entire artist all in a row, you still don't get the idea of progression because it's just a big chunk together. You sort of need to give each bit a bit of space. That's why Roger Ebert was right. Video games aren't art. Nah, I'm not just talking shit. We can't make fun of Roger Ebert anymore because he's dead.
Who's he?
Roger Ebert was a film critic. He was a very nice fellow. He's very intelligent, but he said some things about video games which people did not appreciate. But he mainly said
things about video games.
He mainly said that video games were not high art, and high art is actually quite different to art, and they are not. They are not high art.
Gonna have to Google high art now.
Yeah, it's not that interesting. It's sort of just. It's kind of about curatorship in many ways. So it's about how it's presented and how you're brought into it. It's like video games are just sort of plonked in front of you, but they're good.
I like them.
Things that Anna and Paul like. Should we talk about a more controversial subject? Oh, okay. What's happening?
After rambling for a while, they're probably like
things in the chat. They did talk about Atmosphere, so I didn't tell you about Atmosphere. VHS video game, and there was the Crypt Keeper, and you had to you just play it like a board game, and then the Crypt Keeper would come and say, "Stop playing! Who's it?" And he'd like tell you to do shit and everything. You'd have to follow.
Wait, is this a board game?
Yes.
Who used to? Who talks?
The man on the VHS tape. And then later a DVD, which meant they could have multiple paths.
That sounds kind of fun.
It was freaking stupid and so good. So good.
I could do that.
It's like, we wanted to make our own. We should still do it. If people want to help out with FMVGames /8.5bit/steamlive.tv board game starring anyone as some sort of keeper of some sort, do it.
That'd actually be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd freaking love it. Anything happening on the Twitch?
Some guy posted some Nazi thing, and then it got deleted. So that was exciting.
I do enjoy when the trolls come in. That's not asking for trolling, by the way. That's like, I always wonder what they're hoping we'll do.
Be like, oh my god.
Oh, not a swastika. I'm very faint of heart. I'm very easily offended, don't you tell? So let's talk more about transgenderism.
Oh.
And no, not we'll just do drag queens. I don't mind a bit of dressing up. I can rock some mean fishnet leggings.
Would you tuck?
Would I
That's
tuck?
what they do.
I've tucked so many times.
I wouldn't know. Understand.
Sometimes just an accident. I stand up and it's quite unfortunate. Tucking does seem complex.
I'm sorry I asked.
You're sorry you asked. Oh, don't worry. I've been all there. Okay. So apparently the DVD video game will star James's I'll say serial killer voice. I toned back on something a little bit. That's good. So it seems that everyone's waiting for you to sing to finish the episode out.
Nope. Mr. Producer, cut it.
What about something simple?
Nah.
What about if I go? What about the beginning of Wipeout, where it goes Wipeout? You can just do that bit. It's not really a song.
I'm good, thank you.
She's not going.
Thanks for the offer.
Well, in lieu of more swastikas, no transgenderism or drag
Maybe
queens,
I'll sing a Nazi song.
a Nazi song. Which Nazi song? Shall we pick a song from Cabaret, perhaps?
No, I don't know any.
We could sing. "Springtime for Hitler." That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, that's a good song actually.
Springtime
I love the producers.
for Hitler and Germany.
You do it so much better.
Oh, okay, I'll do it worse. Fuck it. Like a guy at work was trying to talk about how his child had no sense of rhythm and tried to tap out a rhythm, but he had really good rhythm and just syncopated it. Like, it's really hard to get completely off when you actually are good. Anyway. Okay.
What?
Just because we were asking you to sing, they were saying, were we calling you fat? No. But next week, and they will be dressing up like me to do the... What do you think you're going to do for next week, Anae?
I don't know.
Do you think it'll be a regular show, or will we try to do some pre-recorded footage or something?
I don't know.
Will we bring a friend?
I could do that. What should I do? I don't know.
People in the chat, let us know. What
So either I'll just play games, but I don't know. Or I'll bring a friend. Is he in chat?
I don't know.
Lance.com, Polycount Pirate, my colleague. My drag came on. We just
Why don't you
do
bring
anything.
a drag queen next week?
I know a few.
Yeah.
They're pretty fabulous.
Just be a star, or is it be a... No. What's
Be
the
a
song?
queen. No, don't.
No, one of them's don't. Don't be a star, just be a queen?
Drag queen songs are actually really great.
I reckon I could do it. I'll come and drag. I'll come and drag one day.
Purple wig. You dress as me. I'll dress as you.
That'd be great.
And then I'll be the host and
Okay.
not sing.
We'll do. You can't be me and not sing. You just gotta be me and A. People in my office love me singing. They never get sick of it.
Is that sarcasm?
Probably.
Oh.
Probably very heavily. I've never been stabbed. Oh, that's a lie. I have been stabbed.
Really?
I got stabbed in the arm once. Good night. Have you ever been stabbed, Anae?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever suffered any video game related injury?
No.
Okay, actually, we are basically about at time anyway. But I did think when it was just you and I, take this opportunity to talk about you a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not going to probe too deep here. I'm just going to ask about what your beginnings video game origins are.
Oh.
If you were a video game superhero, what would your origin story be?
Origin story.
I just literally what did you start playing?
I missed a bit. So I started playing like Doom, Duke Nukem, Commander Keen.
The good old Apogee days, fantastic days.
And then after that, I missed a big chunk. I think, I don't know, we were pretty poor and couldn't afford consoles. And then we got a 64. So then my gaming story started from there.
I didn't have any consoles until I was an adult, and the first console I bought was a Dreamcast.
Really?
And then a SNES, and then a Genesis, and a Saturn.
So I missed all that.
Yeah, I had to go back. Go back. All that stuff was already out long before I got there. But I was like, I was neglected as a child from my terrible abusive parents. My parents were absolutely lovely and fine. It's an ongoing joke with me to joke about how abusive my parents were. They don't understand the joke.
Aww.
It's because they're really nice. Anyway, so N64, what were your big N64 games?
All the major ones like Zelda, Mario 64,
Any
Banjo-Kazooie.
off-brand games? Did you get into your Blast Cores?
Don't think so.
What was that Harvest one with the bees?
Harvest Moon?
No. It was one where you were a bee. Maybe didn't have Harvest in the title. Oh, no, I'm not thinking of Body Harvest. I'm thinking of something else.
Mostly all the major ones. Conker. SSX? Wave Racer? Are they on 64?
Yeah.
They were good fun. And GameCube and then Xbox. Never had a PlayStation till PlayStation 3.
Oh, I hated PlayStation for years.
Yeah, same.
I was an anti-Sony fanboy until... Actually, even past the PS2. I skipped the PS... But that still said I made exceptions for things like Shadow of the Colossus. I was like... Because I blamed them for Sega dying. Sega's dying was Sega's fault, whatever. But, you know, when you're a teenager, you get passionate about shit that doesn't matter. So I had to go back and play a bunch of PS2 stuff. And it was quite good. But what about the Phantom? The Phantom was a console that never came out. It was a joke. It had a good name, though. Because it was a Phantom. It was shit. It wanted to be the next 3DO sort of thing. Who wouldn't want to be the next 3DO after that success? Okay, I think we're at time, and I can stop pressuring you. Although, would you like some more pressure?
No, I'm good.
Okay, tell us about your first kiss. First kiss story? Oh no, it's on. Goodbye.
Hello, future.